In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on February 21st, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Illinois versus Penn State. In the upcoming Big Ten matchup, the Illinois Fighting Illini are set to face off against the Penn State Nittany Lions on Wednesday evening. Notably, the Fighting Illini secured a significant road victory against Maryland in their recent outing, while the Nittany Lions faced a setback in a road contest against Nebraska. It's worth mentioning that Penn State had a successful 3-0 record against Illinois in their encounters last season. Heading into the clash with Illinois, the Penn State Nittany Lions find themselves on a challenging 3-game losing streak, whereas the Fighting Illini have been on a positive trajectory, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Compounding the difficulties for Penn State is the absence of their leading scorer, Kane Clary, who has been dismissed from the program for the remainder of the season. Coach Mike Rhodes confirmed this decision, shedding light on why Clary did not accompany the team to Nebraska over the weekend. The Nittany Lions now face the daunting task of replacing Clary's substantial contribution of 17 points per game. This challenge becomes even more formidable given their 10th place standing in offensive efficiency and effective field goal percentage within the Big Ten, with key contributors struggling to maintain a 50% effective field goal percentage. Confronting Illinois with offensive uncertainties is far from ideal, considering the Illini's remarkable offensive prowess. Since January 1st, they rank 2nd nationally in adjusted offensive efficiency according to Bart Torvik. The Illini have consistently scored 80 points or more in 8 of their last 9 games, showcasing an impressive offensive display. All 5 starters, along with key bench contributors, maintain an effective field goal percentage of at least 50%. Whether through off-ball action, isolation plays featuring Marcus Damask or Terrence Shannon, or post-up situations, the Illini excel at generating offense around the rim. This poses a significant challenge for Penn State, whose defensive shortcomings are evident, ranking poorly in rim defense, off-ball cuts, isolation defense, and post-up defense, according to Synergy. Their 302nd position in opposing effective field goal percentage since January 1st further emphasizes the defensive struggles. While cautioning against regularly laying points on the road in conference games, this particular matchup seems to heavily favor Illinois offense, especially given Penn State's recent setbacks with Clary and offensive struggles. Adding to Penn State's woes, the status of their top scorer, Kane Clary, remains questionable due to an undisclosed injury. Should Clary be unable to play or not perform at his best, the Nittany Lions face a considerable challenge in keeping pace with the dynamic Illinois offense. Additionally, the team's recent trajectories highlight a clear contrast, with Penn State on a 3-game losing streak, experiencing an average margin of victory of -10.7, while Illinois continues to shine with 5 wins in their last 6 games. The Bryce Jordan Center, Penn State's home court, has not proven to be a formidable fortress, as the Nittany Lions hold a modest 10-4 straight-up record at home, accompanied by a 7-7 against the spread record. Illinois' recent success includes notable road victories against Ohio State and Maryland, further emphasizing their positive momentum. In terms of offensive prowess, Illinois stands out as one of the best teams in the nation, averaging an impressive 123.5 points per 100 possessions, ranking them 5th in Division I. This stands in stark contrast to Penn State's average of 111 points per 100 possessions. Offensively, Illinois also outperforms the Nittany Lions, conceding 3 fewer points per 100 possessions. The Fighting Illini's dominance is evident in their substantial margin of victory, winning 5 of their last 7 games by at least 8 points, while historical data reveals Penn State's 3 consecutive victories against Illinois dating back to 2022, particularly in the first round of the Big Ten tournament last year. It is unlikely that the Illini will underestimate the Nittany Lions in this matchup. Illinois has a positive against the spread record of 3-1 when laying points on the road against Big Ten opponents. Typically cautious about laying a considerable number of points with a road team, the prevailing circumstances make it an opportune moment for the Illini to secure a convincing victory. Therefore, the Illinois Fighting Illini to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Illinois has been consistently prolific in scoring, surpassing the 80-point mark in 4 of their last 5 games, including an 85-point performance in their recent road game. On the flip side, the Nittany Lions have struggled defensively, allowing at least 79 points in 4 consecutive home games. Moreover, Penn State is expected to contribute to the overall scoring in this matchup. Both teams exhibit a fast-paced style of play, attempting an average of 24 three-pointers per game. Penn State, particularly productive at home, has averaged a solid 79 points in their last 5 home games. The statistical trend supports the over, with a convincing 9-1 record in the Illini's last 10 games. Anticipating an offensive barrage, Illinois is likely to score well into the 80s in the upcoming Big Ten clash. Their impressive offensive statistics, averaging 123.5 points per 100 possessions, place them among the top offensive teams in the country. This sets the stage for a favorable matchup against a Penn State defense ranked just 102nd in defensive efficiency, conceding 103 points per 100 possessions. Furthermore, both teams share a rapid pace of play, each utilizing 69.9 possessions per 40 minutes, ranking 64th and 65th in the country, respectively. Throughout the Illini's current 5-1 straight-up run, they have averaged 84 points per game, indicating a sustained offensive production that is unlikely to wane in this game. In contrast, Penn State enters this matchup on a 3-game losing streak, coming off a low-scoring performance against Nebraska where they managed only 49 points. The Nittany Lions have struggled with a field goal percentage of 43.8%, although they tend to perform better in their home environment. Meanwhile, Illinois continues to shine with 5 wins in their last 6 games, securing the 2nd position in the Big Ten standings. Despite their offensive prowess, the Fighting Illini have also allowed a considerable number of points in their recent games. The expectation is for the Illini's offense to set a high pace, running up the scoreboard and contributing to a high-scoring affair. As a result, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Dayton versus George Mason. Midweek action in the Atlantic 10 Conference brings us the exciting matchup between number 16 Dayton and George Mason. The Flyers, boasting a solid 21-4 straight-up record and an impressive 11-2 standing in the A10, secured a 78-70 victory over Fordham at their home ground last Saturday, where they were favored at -13. In contrast, the Patriots, with a record of 17-8 straight-up and a 6-6 performance in the A10, dominated George Washington on Tuesday with a convincing 90-67 win as -9.5 favorites on their home court. Reflecting on their last encounter nearly a year ago, George Mason emerged victorious with a score of 74-69, defying the odds as +11 underdogs on the road. This season, the Flyers hold a 14-11 against the spread record, while the Patriots stand at 14-9-1 against the spread. Notably, stopping Dayton has proven to require a robust defensive effort, an aspect seemingly lacking in George Mason's arsenal. A recent example is their allowance of 85 points to Loyola Chicago, whose offensive ranking is just below that of the Flyers in the conference. Dayton, in their 4 road victories in conference play, boasts an average margin of victory of 11.5 points per game. Their performance as the road team stands at 5-2-1 against the spread this season and an impressive 2-0-1 as road favorites, according to TeamRankings.com. Furthermore, the Flyers have maintained a 6-4 against the spread record in their last 10 meetings with the Patriots. Dayton's prowess on both ends of the court, making them one of the best in the conference and the country, sets them apart. Their tenacious defense and ability to limit opponents' free throws have been key to their success. Conversely, George Mason heavily relies on free throws for offensive productivity. The Dayton Flyers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In the previous year's encounter, the teams collectively scored 143 points, surpassing the 128.5 point total. This season, both squads have seen 13 of their games hitting the over and 11 falling under. Despite Ken Palm ranking both teams in the 300 seconds for tempo, Dayton holds the 20th spot in adjusted offense, while George Mason sits at 92nd. This positions both teams as capable of achieving a substantial point total. Dayton's recent scoring spree, with 75 or more points in back-to-back games and 5 out of their last 6, contrasts with the Patriots, who have hit the 90-point mark twice in their last 6 games and at least 73 points in 4. History indicates that the over has prevailed in 7 out of the last 10 meetings between these teams, showcasing a tendency to keep the total low when they clash. Hence, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Kentucky versus LSU. The upcoming clash between the 18-7 Kentucky Wildcats and the 13-12 LSU Tigers is poised to be a riveting Southeastern Conference battle on the basketball court, taking place in Louisiana. LSU, having played 5 of their last 7 games on the road, is now set to host Kentucky at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center, where they boast a commendable 9-4 record. Kentucky, with an impressive 5-2 record on the road, eagerly accepts the invitation, buoyed by their recent 11-point triumph at Auburn. In recent times, the Kentucky Wildcats have been on a determined mission, and their recent success appears to be more sustainable compared to that of LSU. Despite the Tigers securing a notable victory over a ranked opponent in South Carolina, their overall season performance has not been stellar. Having lost 2 of their last 3 home games, LSU lacks a formidable home court advantage. In contrast, Kentucky brings a superior level of talent to this matchup, especially if Jalen Cook is unavailable. Kentucky's lineup features future professional players, and Reeves, in particular, has emerged as a scoring force, consistently contributing 15 points or more per game and capable of erupting for 25 or more against LSU's defense. Notably, Kentucky's offense stands out as the key strength in this matchup, ranking 7th in efficiency, while LSU's defense holds the 87th position. According to Bartovic.com, Kentucky is the 6th youngest team in the nation, a factor contributing to their season's ups and downs. However, their ability to perform well on the road, with a 5-2 record including victories over Auburn and Florida, adds to their confidence. Coupled with the potential absence of LSU's top scorer, the odds favor Kentucky to cover the spread. Moreover, Kentucky not only boasts one of the nation's top scoring offenses but also excels in free throw shooting with a success rate of 75.2%. This proficiency is crucial for a road team with a mid-single-digit spread. Additionally, Kentucky outperforms LSU in assists and turnovers, creating a favorable margin. Despite LSU's recent triumph over South Carolina, the Kentucky Wildcats to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. Kentucky's potent offense, averaging 88 points per game, remains consistent in Southeastern Conference play, including 2 games surpassing the century mark. Conversely, their defense, especially on the road, has shown vulnerability, allowing opponents to score an average of 77 points per game, aligning with LSU's scoring average. Both teams rank among the best in pace on KenPom, with LSU at 57th and Kentucky at 17th in possessions per 40 minutes. Despite the high total set by Vegas at 165 points, the fast-paced style of play from both teams, with Kentucky having the 17th fastest tempo nationally, suggests that the over is a more likely outcome. Both teams play at a brisk pace, and with Kentucky's depth, including potential lottery pick Rob Dillingham, they are poised to score well against LSU's 82nd ranked defensive efficiency. While LSU's defense displayed strength in the last game, it may struggle against Kentucky's high-scoring offense, averaging 88 points per game. Conversely, Kentucky's defense might face challenges against LSU's scoring average of 77 points. Although both teams have trended towards the under in their past 2 games, it is advisable to deviate from this trend, anticipating a high-scoring affair in Louisiana on Wednesday night. Expect both teams to contribute to a fast-paced and high-scoring game, making over the projected total our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.